Hello, it's Sally, and it's time for another answer from the guides. I'm Sally Reed, and if you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel and comment and like and share. I really appreciate it, and keep the questions coming. Now, if you want to ask me a question, go to my website, sallyreed.com, and fill out the email to me, and then email me the question. Otherwise, I won't get it. If you leave it in the comments, I won't get it. Sorry. You can also join my mailing list from my website, sallyreed.com. Anyway, here is the question. It's very appropriate. The question was originally, why does manifestation not work for me? Which is what most people are asking. But the real question is, how does manifestation work? Really? And how do I do it most effectively? A million people have said a million things about manifestation, but simply manifestation is setting your intent, your belief, your understanding, your acceptance, your openness. They use the word allowing, but your openness to this particular future event. That's all it is. Now we're going to say that again. Manifestation is setting your intent, your interest, your openness to a future occurrence or event, or possibly a physical object, but events work better. You can say physical object if you want, but it really, truly, I remember one time I wanted to manifest a certain feather, seriously, just to prove that I could. This was years ago. It took about 6 months, but that feather showed up. I'm serious. That particular feather did show up, a spotted feather. The spotted feathers are pretty rare, and it had to be gray and white spots. Showed up. Anyway, let's talk about how we get in our way with manifestation. The first thing we get in our way with is we make our manifestation or our requests negative. I don't want. That's usually the first mistake. I don't ever want X to happen again. I don't want blah, blah, blah. Now, have you ever watched TV where they show a human saying, I don't want, and the very next time they say, and they show them getting exactly what they don't want? That's called manifestation. Because here's the thing, when you're setting your interest and emotion, it doesn't matter what the emotion is, but the emotion is the power behind it. When you're setting your emotion, you can't manifest a negative. Just like in physics, you can't prove a negative. In the outside world, in court proceedings, you can't prove something isn't there. So that's why you cannot manifest a negative. That's number one. So you have your statement instead of I don't want, you say what you do want. It's quite simple. So here's an example. Say that you would like to discover a new friend to play with. Instead of I don't want a guy like the last one, you say, I choose to spend my time with someone who is interested in me, who cares about sharing, and who is willing to spend time with me and not control me. That was kind of what I asked for. Actually, you know what I asked for years ago? At 15 years old, what do you know? I said, I want a man who loves me as much as my dog. I said that when I was, not 15 years ago, at age 15. That's what I said. At age 15, I want a man who loves me as much as my dog, which essentially is unconditional, all forgiving love. And it's true. I found him, or he found me. We found each other. And we've been married for 31 years. Anyway, I got to get back on track because I bumped out. So how does manifestation work? We are manifesting a positive and not a negative. You cannot prove a negative. You can't manifest a negative. So make all your open allowingness, your interest in something you love rather than something you hate and don't want. Because it doesn't matter, that's the next step. It doesn't matter what the emotion is. It's the power and energy of the emotion. It's the, just like anger is a great power, and so is love, but it's a different power. It doesn't matter what the emotion is that you use to manifest, which is why you're able to manifest things that are uncomfortable and unpleasant, because it doesn't matter the emotion. It doesn't have to be a high vibrational emotion. It just has to be a consistent, strong emotion. So if it's anger, hatred, disgust, you'll get more of it. That's how it works. Then the last one is being open to, or as the books say, allowing. Allowing simply means that you can allow for the possibility that that might happen. There won't be, nah, it'll never happen. Although sometimes that does work, and you let it go. So what you're doing is you're opening yourself you're believing in the possibility. You're not saying, I want $1 million, and then your brain goes, that'll never happen. Don't even bother. Don't waste your breath. No, what you're going to say is, I believe as firmly and as truly as the sun shines, as I know that my next breath will come, as I understand the other laws, basic laws of physics, that this particular event is possible in my life. Now, say that again. I understand as clearly and strongly and believe as truly that the sun shines, that there is gravity, that there are other physical natures that are always true, that this particular thing that I would love to have into my life is as possible and probable as those things. That's all it is. So, back years ago, when I asked for a man who loved me as much as my dog, I believed that those people existed on the planet. Because at age 15, you're not beat up, you don't understand, you're still young and soft, and at that point I'd never had a boyfriend, and I was asking for unconditional love in a relationship, although I didn't realize it. But again, I was asking for a positive, and I had a belief that that was possible, and then I let it go. That's the third step. Obsessing about where it is and when it will arrive is a childish thing. Have you ever heard the saying, a watch pot will never boil? And being in a state of want is essentially what you're doing. So you're holding yourself stuck, as in, I'm noticing that it's not here, and I'm noticing that I want. So you're going to get more want. You're going to get more, I don't know that it's here. So in a typical way of manifestation, is I discover or understand what I would like to have. In this case, I would like to be able to share the knowledge of my guides with the World Wide Web. And I understand that that is completely possible. And so with trust, I open myself, and I am with trust and with the surety that the sun will shine, I will open myself up and understand that people will discover. Do you understand that? So that is Manifestation 101. And look for the places in yourself where you're going wrong. Remember, you cannot manifest a negative. It doesn't happen. Notice what you consistently, what emotion you consistently use behind your thoughts. That's the power of your manifestation. So if the anger is, I don't want blah, blah, blah to ever happen again, then that's exactly what you're doing. Or crap always flows downhill to me. Or I choose, it's based on your worldview / belief, what you believe is possible for you. That's what manifestation does, which is why poor people always believe that money is going to be hard, where rich people believe money is effortless. It's only in your experience that you believe it is true. So choose a possibility that you can be open with. And if it's just a little tiny bit out of your reach, change that manifestation to, I believe in the possibility of this, or I am preparing to receive this, or this is one thing that could come. Do you understand? Make it a little tiny bit farther away, and then slowly change to, I choose. This is. I want. How many times have you said, I want a parking space, and I believe that it's there, and there it shows up? Or if you say, I believe I will never find a parking space, and there won't be one, The thing is, you get what you expect to find in this world. You will discover what you expect to find in this world. So create your expectations, and then you will discover what you want. I hope this helps. Have fun and Happy New Year's. If you will notice that this is being recorded on New Year's Eve. So thank you so much. And when you're setting your intentions, i.e., your New Year's resolutions, most of it is to lose weight or stop smoking or something. So instead of manifesting a negative, like I want to lose my weight, no, I want to find health. I want to stop smoking. I'd like it to discover a way to no longer require cigarettes. Let me see, what's a positive way to say ending smoking? Smoking will be redundant in my life. Smoking will be unnecessary in my life. That's a positive way. I did used to smoke myself and was able to stop. And how I stopped was a simple statement of, I'll smoke it later. And this helps trigger the biological addiction of nicotine. If you extend it farther and farther and farther away, you're able to overcome. And when I got it down to just 4 cigarettes a day, I was able to stop smoking entirely. Most people don't have that willpower, but if you just promise yourself to say, instead of saying you can't have it, you just say, you'll have it later. You can procrastinate your way out of smoking. It worked for me. So thanks so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful New Year. And bye-bye.